Hey everybody, this is Glenn Ackerman going live today on our Sunday morning live. So we're going to be talking today about energy awareness and health and revealing the #1 secret to health and vitality that you're definitely going to want to know about. Okay, so as people are coming on, as is my tradition, what I'm going to do is play you a tune because we are a full service infotainment broadcast. So while people are coming on, I'm going to play a tune that everybody knows. Welcome everybody coming on to our Facebook Live Sunday morning live energy awareness training. Today we're going to be talking about health and the #1 secret to health and vitality. All right, let's do a tune first. Here we go. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Welcome everybody coming up on our Sunday morning live. I'm going to start with a song and then we'll begin. Little darling, it's been a long, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. It's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. It's all right. Sun, 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 here we come. Sun, 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 here we come. Sun, 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 here we come. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sing it with me, won't you? Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Awesome. All right, there's our entertainment for today. Let's get started on today's topic, which is energy awareness and the #1 secret to health and vitality. Let me welcome a couple of people as they come on. Hey, Holly, good to see you. Ivor, glad you're here. Hey, Brian, great to have you. John Moore is always here. More people coming on. Great. Welcome, everyone. We'll be talking about energy awareness and health. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning as people are coming on. Let me introduce myself. My name is Glenn Ackerman, and I am the creator and founder and trainer of a methodology called Energy Awareness Training. Energy Awareness Training, what's that? Energy Awareness Training is a powerful, rapid system training to be able to make rapid change, to be able to move out stuck issues that we're having in our lives and move everything that we're doing up to the next level. So hence the name Energy Awareness Training. Let me give you a little bit of background on that. So through the years, as many of you have, I've wanted to make changes in my life. And we all have our public self that we show the world, when we go to work or when we speak in front of people or when we show up, et cetera, our professional. And then we have our private self. And the private self is dealing with our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings. And a lot of those feelings and thoughts that we're dealing with are dark, especially depending upon how you've been raised and what you've been through. We've all been through challenging times, upsetting times, traumatic times, and we're constantly striving to overcome that. Whatever you've been dealt with in growing up, your childhood, my childhood, all of us, we all share something similar, and that is if you're walking around on this planet Earth, then you've experienced some real great moments and some real awful moments too. And in my development, I recognized that there was something inside that was causing me unhappiness. And I didn't understand how it worked because, I had lived my life in the best way that I could. And yeah, I grew up in a tumultuous household, a lot of love, but a lot of anxiety and stress and stuff that I couldn't wait to get rid of or wait to leave. In fact, I left home when I was still in high school. Some of these people don't know that, but it was just overwhelmingly negative, stressful. Parents were going through their stuff, and I'm going to share a little bit more about that today. But so what happened is that I thought I left all that stuff behind. I thought I left the anxiety, the stress, the worry, the self-doubt, back, at my parents' house. But what I didn't realize that even though I was finished with it there, it wasn't finished with me. And I noticed that similar patterns would start to crop up in my life. Certain situations with anxiety would come up, or fear, or self-doubt. And I started to notice my thoughts. Sometimes it was like there was a good man in my head and also a boogeyman in there. Sometimes I get the thoughts that go, yeah, Glenn, you can do it. You can succeed. You can make things happen. Go for it. And I like that voice. But there was this other voice inside that kept saying, no, it's not going to happen. No, you're not worthy. No, people don't like you. No, the kids were right when they said that you were messed up, or, all those. And so it's like I had an inner boogeyman in my head. And this is what we call self-attack. We're going to be addressing this today when we talk about health and vitality. The thoughts inside you that are literally trying to pull you down, that are literally trying to depress you and bring you into a place of unhappiness. And, I thought I was the only one. I looked around like, wow, everybody's so normal. I'm the only one who has this boogeyman in my head, punching, trying to punch me out and undermining my confidence and my success. So it's kind of ironic because most of the time I would come across as somebody who was overly strong or overly aggressive or overly outgoing. And the reality is that was all an act. That was my public self when I was going out into the world and trying to make my mark. But inside the private self, I was still dealing with all this stuff that was coming at me internally, the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, the memories of anxiety and stress and worry and all that stuff. So I did what most people do, which is I try to ignore it. And I ignore it, and I try to think positive. Ignore, think positive. Well, that works for a little bit. But as you've heard me make the analogy, energy is like an iceberg. I know if you've heard it before, but new people on the call. iceberg, 10% above the water, 90% below the water. Okay, and the Titanic wasn't sunk by the 10% it could see. It was sunk by the 90% that it couldn't see. And that was one of the most important things that I learned in my growth in the development of energy awareness training, because that which we can see, we can control, we can do something about. That which we can see, that which we're aware of, we can do something about. That which we are not aware of or we can't see controls us. So we can control what we can see, but what we can't see controls us. What do I mean by control? Well, control in the sense that so many of us, we're here and we want to be here. Okay? Here, want to be here. And why aren't we here? Why don't we have the body we want, or the relationship we want, or the health that we want, or the money that we want? You notice everybody has a little bit of something, but not everything. And why is it so much that God, William Shakespeare said, you know, most people are walking around living lives of quiet desperation. And energetically inside, so many of us are like, if only I could get this happening, if only I could make X amount of money and get, you know, or have enough money to retire, then I'd be happy. Or if only I could get this, you know, get free and clear title to my house. Or if only, you know, the kids would grow up and leave the nest, and then I could be happy. It's always if, then. If this happens, then I can be happy. Well, what are you in the meantime? You know, if you're, I talked to an old friend of mine I saw last week, and he's not too happy in his, you know, in his marriage, not going too well, but he's staying for the kids. And I said, oh, well, how old are your kids? And they go, well, 12 and 15. I said, well, okay. So the last one got about 6 to 7 years to go, plus if she goes to college, and you're going to keep, you're going to put off dealing with this situation until then. He goes, well, I said, are you ready for another 6 years of what you have? I hope not, because you're not doing too well. So that's an example of, okay, I'm going to suffer until. I'm going to suffer until. Have you heard that one? There used to be an old song when I was a kid growing up called Baker Street, and it was by a guy named Jerry Rafferty, and he had this great saxophone lick. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da. And one of the lines I'll never forget from that song that says, just one more year and then I'll be happy. I got to keep it together one more year and then I'll be happy, but I'm crying now. And I thought, wow. So happiness is something that you put off. It's something that you need conditions for. So many of us think that. You know, we used to think that when you're a kid, you go, man, you know, if only I was a teenager, then I'd start having fun in life, right? I'd be able to get a car. So you become a teenager, you know, and then you're a teenager and you're in high school, and you're trying to figure out where you're going to college, and your parents are, you know, giving you the nudge. Okay, well, when I get to college, and everything's going to be great, right? Then you get to college and you start, you know, dealing with that stress. And then you start having to think, oh, I got to get a job somewhere. Okay, well, when I get a job, then I'll finally be happy, right? So you get a job. Okay, and then you're doing the job and you think, well, yeah, when I get married and have kids and have a family, then I'll really be happy, right? Those of you who are married and have kids, take a big laugh at that one. When you get married and you have kids, then you're going to be happy. Ha ha. Everybody pause for a big laugh now. Because that's just the start of it, right? Then you get your family and you get the kids, and then, you know, if I get my kids out of high school, then I'll be happy. And I get my kids out of college, and it goes on and on and on. And when I hit, you know, 40, or when I hit 50, you know, then I can relax. Or when I get my retirement, you do that all the way up until you're 80. And then you're 80, you think, well, if I could just get rid of my store, then I'd be happy. So we live our whole lives waiting for something else to happen. I think that's what John Lennon said. That was a great quote of his that said, life is what you're dealing with when you're waiting for something else to happen. And aren't we all, isn't there a part of us that said, when I get this, when I do that, then I'm going to be happy, okay? And we know it's just a fallacy, because happiness and our lives and everything can only be lived in this moment, right here and right now. And that's one of a fundamental energetic truth. The as I mentioned, we'll just go over it a second. We have two forces that are trying to influence us, as I've mentioned. I call that the high vibrational energy, and then there's the low vibration energy. And the high vibration energy is all the stuff that we want: happiness, health, joy, peace, abundance, blessing. It's the joy of living. But unfortunately, living in a world of duality, we know if there's a light, there's a darkness. If there's an in, there's an out. If there's a good, there's a bad. If there's a right, there's a wrong, etc. So we have to deal with the law of duality or polarity, which means if I got something over here, I got something over here, right? If I had something up here, I got something down here. That's really important to understand that, because all of us as human beings are navigating our way through life, aren't we? I mean, if you think about it, we're trying to figure out, well, what's the best course of action we can take? What's the way that I can be the happiest? And what's the way that I can keep away from pain and sorrow and suffering? And every day we're trying to make decisions on, which direction to go to. And that's normal. However, we're dealing with two forces, okay, every day. So when I talk about the hidden energies, people say, Glenn, the hidden energies. What do you mean by the hidden energies? Well, let's face it. Can we talk? There are times when all of us do things that we know aren't good for us. We know we shouldn't be doing. We know we're staying up too late. We shouldn't be eating this food or drinking too much or, procrastinating on this thing. We know it. Don't we know it? And yet we do it anyway. And then the part of us that knows that we should be exercising or watching watching what we eat or trying to stay in a happy state of mind or trying to get along with people. We all know that, and we don't do it, or so many of the times we don't do it. So I want to alert you that energy awareness training is about alerting you to how you operate inside. That this world that we live in it's an energetic planet. You could have put instead of Earth planet, they should have called this energy planet, because everything that we're dealing with in this world, everything. Let me stop and say, everything we're dealing with in this world is an energetic exchange. Working, relationships, health, career, exercise, you name it. It's all energy or energy in motion or molecules in motion. Now, this is really important, especially when it comes to being able to make change and live a great life. And that was the question on my mind for many years, wanting to live a great life. And knowing that there was this thing inside me, I didn't know what to call it then. Now I call it energy, but I didn't know what to call it. But it was like I'm fighting this guy in my head that's trying to put me down, that's trying to, he's the one that always looks for the negative, always looks for what's wrong, always wants to keep it. It's like you're having a great day. Let's say it's a beautiful weekend day and you're at the beach or you're maybe in a boat or you're something. I mean, it's just beautiful. And you're like, whoa, look at the sun, look at the water, look at the temperature. Wow, what a beautiful day. And it's not long before, what I call the low vibration energy man inside your head says, yeah, I know, but don't forget you got this problem. And don't forget you got to deal with this thing. And who knows what's going to happen to work tomorrow, in the economy. And all of a sudden, even though it's a gorgeous day, inside your head, it's raining. Inside your head, there's a storm. Does it ever happen to you? It happens to most of us a lot, where it's just like we're in a beautiful situation and we get taken out. Well, what is that thing that takes us out? Why in the midst of such happiness do we get thoughts that are depressing or are anxiety ridden or low vibration energy? It's simply because of this. And I've gone over this extensively in my earlier broadcast, but the general idea is, out of all the energies that are influencing us, pulling us to the left, pulling us to the right, trying to motivate us to do that, motivate us to do that, so many energies, so many thoughts trying to lead us different places. Well, when you become energetically aware, you recognize out of all those thoughts, they come down to two categories. the high vibration energy that wants to help you, wants to uplift you, wants to shower you with blessings, okay, wants to keep you in a energetic state of happiness, joy, and freedom, no matter what's going on in life, wants to keep you permanently in a high vibration energy state, which is the state we all want to be in. And there's another state, which we call the low frequency or the low vibration energy rate. And its purpose is to block you from going into high vibrational energy. And this is the answer to so many of the questions when we wonder why did this happen? Or why when it's a beautiful day am I so down? You know, or I don't know, there's just something inside me that's bugging me. I don't know what it is, but it's ruining my day. Where does that come from? Well, when you understand that there are two energies in constant polarity, because it's one of the energetic laws, then you recognize that you're being influenced every day. Okay, this is powerful stuff. And I don't think anybody's ever really talked about that. That you're being influenced every day by these energies. And the energies of high vibrational energies, those are the ones that we want. Those are the energies that feel good, filled with love, fulfillment, abundance, creativity, enjoyment, oneness, you name all that good stuff. And how do we get it? By kindness, by gratitude, by being of service to people, by being in high vibration energy settings where there's other people celebrating happiness, joy, peace, service, goodness, all that stuff. That's what we want. Well, why do we got to deal with this other polarity? Why do we got to deal with it? This polarity that wants to take our thoughts and cause chaos, cause separation, cause anger, cause procrastination. If you notice, anytime you get into any of those states, confusion, distraction, separation, chaos, those are all low vibration energy frequencies. And the low vibration energy's job is to pull us out of the high vibration energy so that it can do its thing. And its mission is to take us down. How far down? All the way. So this is an answer why that these forces are constantly working. They're especially the low vibration energy. The low vibration energy delivers every day, comes to us every day. You know, when we wake up in the morning, boy, it used to drive me nuts. It used to drive me absolutely nuts when I wake up in the morning and I wasn't energetically aware, and I go, okay, am I awake? Yeah, because here comes the first one. What if this happens? Oh my gosh, what if I don't get this? Oh, what if the job goes? What if the account? Are you going to be able to, all the, I pull the sheet over my head because I want to deal with it, right? That the boogeyman in your head. Well, the good news is in energy awareness training, once you're aware of these energies and how they work, you can do something about it. So many people feel helpless in life. You think, oh, my life, you know, when you get to 40 and you start looking back at your life and you go, this didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to be, especially here, you know, living in LA and Hollywood, you know, so many people down here, I thought I'd be a movie star by now. I thought I'd be this, you know, well, you had one concept of the way you thought it would be, and then you have the next concept of the way it is. Okay. And the pain, the suffering emotionally comes when we think we should be here, but we're here. Okay, and we're going, hey, what's the deal here? I should be. So anytime the boogeyman in your head goes, you should have more money. You should be married by now. You should have had kids. You shoulda. You know, it's kind of shitting all over yourself. I should this, I should do that, I should do that. And what does that do? Anytime you say the word should, that means you're saying it should be different from the way it is right now. It should be different from the way it is right now. Okay, that's fair enough. The thing about it is that what energy are you in when you say that to yourself? Most of the time, it's low vibration energy. When we say we should, okay, well, you should have more money. Okay, well, you don't. You have what you have. Okay, well, as long as I think, well, I should, that makes me resist, and that makes me make this moment wrong. Oh, I should be here and I'm not here. Oh, it should be terrible. You know, oh, or I should have this in my life. I should have, you know, a lot of unmarried people, they think, you should be married by now. What's the matter with you? You're not married? What's you know, I should be. Well, okay. Well, that's an interesting observation. But am I going to let it bring me peace, or am I going to let it bring me anxiety and stress? And whatever it is, our station, I should have a bigger house. I should have a bigger house by now, or I should have my 401k plan should be, you know, a lot bigger than it is. So every time we go into the should, we leave right now, and then we come back dissatisfied. I'm dissatisfied. I'm not where I want to be. Okay. Well, that's not necessarily a low vibration energy, because sometimes dissatisfaction and frustration is high vibration energy, because it's going to get us out of a stuck situation. So whatever your situation is right now that you're dealing with and that you don't like, maybe, you know, and you know you should make a change. You know that you can't continue doing what you're doing in this particular situation because it's causing you anxiety, worry, and stress. But you're putting off doing something about it. Okay? Putting off doing something about it. Well, every time you put something off, okay, that means you'll deal with it later. Not now, later. Okay. So what do we know about that? I did a broadcast yesterday about this topic, about procrastination. Well, Glenn, are you saying procrastination is low vibration energy? Well, what I am saying is that if you've got something that needs to be done and you know it in your heart, you know it in your soul. I mean, I got to make a change. One of these, I got to stop people. I got to stop drinking. I got to stop doing drugs, or I got to stop this affair, or I have to you know, lose 50 pounds, or else, you know, my doctor warned me, or I've got to start exercising, or whatever it is that you're not doing. You notice the feelings around that. This is what, again, energetic awareness. High vibration energy, we're feeling good. We're flowing. We're in sync. Our energy's in alignment. When we're in low vibration energy or low frequency energy, we feel the opposite. We feel discombobulated. We feel things are out of whack. We don't like the way we feel. And that the voice of dissatisfaction and frustration is just, you know, bitch slapping us. You're not this, you're not that, you're not, but like this. So another way of putting it is, one is proactive. The high vibration energy is proactive because it's connected to all possibilities. When you're connected to high vibration energy, what do I mean connected? Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are in alignment with that energy, with that frequency. You're feeling good. You feel certainty. You're fully present right here and now. You're not worried about the past. You're not worried about the future. You let them take care of themselves. That doesn't mean I'm not preparing for it. Very important distinction. You know, Glenn, you're saying, oh, don't worry about anything. No, I'm not saying don't worry about it. Yeah, well, yeah, I am saying don't worry about anything. Now, that doesn't mean not to be vigilant, but, you know, I can sit here, and if I listen to the boogeyman in my head, also known as the LVE or the ego mind, a lot of different terminologies for this. I can sit here on a beautiful, you know, spring day, almost spring here, and go, gee, what's going to happen with the economy? I don't know. You know, what's going to happen with global warming? I don't know. There's this new disease that just appeared last week. What, you know, well, what's going to happen with that? Right? And I can just worry myself into a frazzle. But is any of that going on here? You know, the Sudan civil war, Syrian, Middle East conflict blowing up? No, not here. Is the killer disease? Not here. No, is the stock market fluctuating? None of that stuff's happening. You see, it's all the figment of in your head. It's all the thought processes. And if you learn something really important today, understand to learn to identify the directions of the thought processes that come your way. Because every day, a thought process is trying to pull you in its direction. Okay? Your thoughts are moving you in a direction, because thoughts create feelings, feelings create emotions. emotions create behaviors, and behaviors create quality of lives. So that's how it works. And we have that voice in your head, that boogeyman in here, trying to every day give you a new horror story, a new tragedy, a new drama to deal with. Well, I was listening to that guy most of my life. I was listening to, I wake up and here he goes. Okay, Glenn, it's not going to work out. Okay, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be successful. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to deal with these thoughts in my head, right? While I'm trying to have a public persona. And if you notice, I think it was Lincoln said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So when you have internal, an internal tug of war going on inside you, that's going to stop you from going one place or the other, because you go, well, maybe I should, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, maybe they don't. And it's all about the thinking and the stress that's going on in your head. So we were taught that, in our schools, the value of intellect. Boy, intellect. Are you smart? Do you have the information? Guy's smart. We'll give him lots of acceptance, give him lots of approval, lots of recognition. Oh, you got straight A's. Figure it out, right? You got a problem? Figure it out. Got something going on? You got a relationship going bad? Figure it out. You got health challenges? Figure it out. Okay, it's good. And there's a place for that. It's an important point to figure out. So nobody needs any help in figuring stuff out that you can figure out. It's the stuff that we can't figure out. We don't know why this is happening. We see things taking a turn, and it's almost a helpless feeling where we're going, hey, wait a minute. Hey, no, I don't want to go that way. Hey, whenever you see anything going south, God forbid, a business or a relationship, you can see the things going on. You can see what direction it's going into. Well, if you're energetically aware, you could have seen what direction it was going in before it became obvious to everyone, right? So if the Titanic had seen those icebergs, man, about 10 miles away, they could have avoided it. But they didn't see it until they were right on top of it. And when you're right on top of a low vibration energy situation, it's going to bite you, God forbid. So this is why we want to be energetically aware, even if it's basic energy. If you learn something here, to be able to identify the basic energies, the high vibration or the low vibration energy. The high vibration energy is the good stuff, is what you're feeling. You don't need any help feeling good, because it's your natural state. It's what you were born into this world for, to be happy. Now, you see a little baby, you see children, they come into the world, they're so happy, right? What happens? Well, as they start to grow, they get egos, and adolescents and teenagers, me, mine, this, what's in it for me? Me. And that causes chaos for everyone. So what I'm talking about here is the ability now as adults, once we go through all the stuff we go through, the process of maturing and living our lives, we get to a place where we go, okay, is this all there is? Remember that song? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If you haven't heard that song, that is one of the most moving songs you ever heard. Is by Peggy Lee. Please Google it on YouTube after the broadcast, because if you're not energetically aware, it's kind of depressing, actually. You think, oh, I thought I'd have this by now. I thought my life would have this. I thought if I achieve this. And that's why, a lot of my clients and students that I work with here in Hollywood are people very famous and very rich and successful. And yet there's a piece missing. They've got the status, the money, or the career that they've wanted, and yet there's a piece missing, which is fulfillment, which is the ability to enjoy it, the ability to live life at its fullest. And that's one of the biggest questions that we have, isn't it? My favorite singer, or one of my favorite singers, was from the band Boston. You guys remember Boston? Some of you don't, but remember this one? When I'm tired and feeling low, I hide in my music, forget the day, and dream of a girl I used to know. I close my eyes and she slips away. Didn't practice that one, maybe I'm a little flat, but remember that song? More than a feeling when I hear that old song, babe. That guy had the best voice, the best rock and roll voice I ever heard. His name is Brad Delp. And here's a guy who had a 1 in a million voice, you know, and he was singing, the lead singer for Boston, and he was in a couple of Beatle tribute bands, you know, getting paid to do what he loved. You know, had a beautiful family, you know, beautiful daughters, was engaged to be married. You know, you think, here, this guy's got the world. This guy's got, I mean, certainly everything I've ever aspired to. And what does he do? He commits suicide. He commits suicide. I couldn't believe it. Like, what? You know, he committed suicide at 55. 55. The guy offs himself. And you know what he said? I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. What? Can't take it. Can't take what? Can't take what? That you're a millionaire, that you have a great family, that you've got the love and respect of millions of people? What is it that you couldn't take? Now, we don't know exactly what it was, but I'll tell you, you know, when we're talking about these forces that influence us, you've got the high vibration energy that wants to lift us up, and you've got the low vibration energy that wants to pull them down. So this voice in our head, it's serious stuff. It's a thought process that if you don't watch out about it, it will take you down. How far down? All the way. You know, so did you ever notice when things are going great in our lives, you know, it's like, yeah, everything's going great, you know, money's coming in, you got love, you got health, you know, everybody's happy. You never think of suicide then. You just don't. Why would you? Life's great. When do we think about that? When things aren't going great. You know, when we're in a, what I call an energetic shift or an energetic cycle that we didn't expect or that we're unprepared for. And what's interesting is, if you've heard me say, each of these energies create more of the same kind of energy. So if you're in a high vibration energy state, you're going to create more high vibration energy. That's the cool thing about it. That's why we love being around our loved ones. Feels good, creates more good feelings and more good energy. But if you're around a low vibration energy, that energy is going to continue to expand also, and it's going to get further. So when you see somebody who's depressed, you know, what do? They're moving towards more depression. They want to stay in. They want to close the blinds. They want to talk to anybody. They don't want to see anybody. They don't want to eat. They just want to just sit there and like this. And there's an energy, there's a voice, there's a frequency that wants to do that to you. It wants to take you. It wants to take you there any chance it can get. So being energetically aware every day is being able to, first of all, recognize that these energies are influencing us all the time. They have since we came into this world. In fact, the latest studies in science and epigenetics says that we inherit low vibration energy, thoughts, feelings, emotions, behaviors from our ancestors. Thanks, Granddad, right? They're able to measure alcohol, the gene of alcoholism, handed down from ancestor to ancestor. Anger, stress, violence, all the stuff that stuff's handed down. Hopefully good things are handed down too. But when we wonder where this stuff comes from, that's an important part in the science called epigenetics, if you want to make a note of that. Very powerful study of, in fact, Dr. Bruce Lipton does a lot of work on that, epigenetics, and how we are affected by our ancestors. So when we have stuff like, you know, why do some people have this condition? Why are some people naturally depressed? Or why do some people, you know, can't make a living? Or why do some people just unlucky in love? I mean, where does this stuff come from? You know, it's not an accident, because as science talks about, there are no accidents. In the latest revelations of quantum science, they say that a butterfly's wings over in China can affect the weather in New Jersey. according to quantum science. Well, energetically, we understand how that works. And the energies are powerful and they're influencing us. And if you don't know how they work, then you'll be influenced to do stuff that's not in your best interest and that causes suffering. And that, why do we suffer? We're involved with things that we don't like, or we thought things were a certain way and they weren't. We want health, we want happiness, we want joy, okay? We want freedom. We want energetic and emotional freedom. Well, you know what? Energetic and emotional freedom ain't free. Just like being healthy isn't free. Just like earning money isn't free. All of the things of value take focus, take effort, and take consistency. And it takes work. So, for example, you've heard me say that if I'm in a dark room here, what do I have to do for the darkness to come? It's light now, but if I wait 8 hours from now, be 8 o'clock at night, what's going to happen? The room is going to naturally get dark because that's the way it works. Darkness, need no effort, just sit here and it's going to happen. However, if I want there to be light in here, I got to get up, I got to go over to the light switch, I got to flip it on. Not too much work, but I got to do something. So understanding that all the good things that we want in life take concentration and awareness. So let's start talking about health. Let me say hi to everybody before I do that. People are coming on. Hi, David, Angel. Glad you're here with us. Debbie has joined us. All right, Debbie, we got to talk here soon. Holly, all right. Welcome, everyone. Ivor, great. Glad you're here. If you guys would do me a favor and just write a little something on the chat box, either just say hi or any questions that you have or any encouragement or whatever, any disagreement, just so we can have written on the chat, and that helps the broadcast. So when I release it, more people are able to see it. If you would just write a comment on there, and I appreciate that. Helps me with continuing the broadcast and keep this going. All right, you guys learning something so far? You getting some value from this? If you are, please put that in the chat, especially whatever I'm saying that's ringing your bell. Okay, in the energy awareness world. All right, so let's continue on that. So we want to talk about health now. Okay, and remember that the topic of today is the number one hidden secret, energetic secret for staying healthy. All right, so what we've established is that there are energies that are influencing us. One energy wants us to be healthy, happy, all the good stuff, and there's another energy that wants to block that wants to lead us into anxiety and stress and worry and doubt and all that stuff. And there's almost like a tug of war going on inside you. Now, the way you can recognize the ability, what I teach in energy awareness training is the ability to read hidden energies. Is that important? It's about as important a thing as you can have in life, because all of us navigate our life through decisions of what's good for us and what's not good for us. Even the animals do. You see a squirrel coming up. I have a friendly squirrel in the front of my house, and I had to build a relationship with him. He now eats out of my hand, but I had to put the bread down, and over a period of time, and he gets closer and gets closer and gets closer. I had to build a relationship with him. Excuse me. So health-wise, we have these energetic factors going on. Now, of course, we want to stay healthy. We're living in a healthy culture. I'm a health fanatic myself. Work out, eat right, stay away from pollutants, etc. Well, those are all good things. But here's the hidden secret. You've got your physical reality, and you've got your energetic reality also. So I think it was the National Institute of Health statistics says that over 90% of all physical ailments are caused by stress. anxiety, worry, doubt, fear, all that stuff. And you know, you can fear it. You've heard of the mind-body connection. Well, I'm introducing the energy-body connection, which is whatever energy that you're in, you're going to create that. And if you don't know anything about energy or what they are, then you're just going to go with what's happening currently. And that's where people go through the yo-yo of life, the ups and downs. Okay, today I'm happy. Why? It's sunny outside. It's a weekend. Yeah, okay, great. Tomorrow, I'm depressed. Why? It's a Monday morning. It's cloudy outside. So for most people, happiness is a Ferris wheel. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, right? And there's no lasting peace and happiness in that paradigm, because you know, today it's sunny, tomorrow it's rainy. Today I'm happy, tomorrow things are happening. And in energy awareness training, what we do is two things. We nullify and identify and dissolve the low vibration energy patterns that we all have. We all have them. And whatever you're dissatisfied about in life, whatever's not working, whatever you're mad about or frustrated about, that's a direct correlation to the energy that you're running. See, we're all energetic, sending and receiving beings. We're constantly sending energy out. We're constantly receiving that. So if I've a place in my life that I feel stuck or that I'm not happy about and that needs something to happen, but I don't know what, that is a clear example of an energetic blockage. Okay, just like, you know, the garden hose. Remember when we were kids, we played the garden hose? Well, the water's going to come out of the hose unless there's a kink in it. If there's a kink in the hose, no water. And you have the kink in the hose and no water coming out. Well, the water's on, but the water can't flow, can't channel because there's a kink in the energy. And so when we have problems and we have situations that we're dealing with, 9.5 times out of 10, it's a problem with our energy. But the energy manifests as physical challenges. So, for example, when husband and wife aren't getting along, okay, well, they're not getting along, and there's an issue, but below the issue is an energetic frequency, and the energetic frequency creates the situation. So if I'm stressed, for example, I'm stressed and I'm around someone and I'm venting my stress because I got anxiety and I got stress and I got worry, and someone talks to me and I go, and I lash out at them. Okay. I'm expanding that low vibration energy. And that person goes, man, what's with you? You know, whenever somebody overreacts, you go, whoa, weird. And that creates a low vibration energy exchange and creates more low vibration energy, because they're going, hey, what's with Glenn, man? I talked to him today and he was almost bit my head off. Okay. That's an example of the effectiveness of energy. Now, it takes nothing to be able to move into that frequency, the low vibration energy. Take nothing. All you have to do is wait for a thought to come. We have roughly 50,000 thoughts going through our head a day. That's a lot of thoughts, folks. A lot of thoughts going on. And as I've mentioned before, you can't believe everything you think. And if you do, you're going to be in anxiety and stress, because these energies can have license to hack into your thought process. Isn't that weird? People say to me, what? These energies can hack into your thought process? Yes. Now, whether you think the energies are out there or they're internal, or whether you think it's just your brain operating, or whether there's consciousness outside the brain, whatever you want to believe is great with me. But all I know is every day that I live, there are thoughts, there are feelings and emotions that come up that I can recognize that are trying to pull me in a direction. They're trying to pull you in a direction. And one of the direction is to have a great life, right? In the high vibrational energy, have a great life. And the other one is to try to create a little chaos, separation. anger, discouragement, procrastination, all that stuff. So we're constantly in the yin, in the yang of this, right? Okay, you guys with me on this? This is a very important point. Want to make sure that you got that. Yeah, Angel, low vibration energy causes depression. You're absolutely right. It's the energies. See, you know what I mentioned last week when we talked about depression is that depression, it's not a virus like the flu, right? You know, how you doing? I got my depression from my next door neighbor, you know, coughing on the plane. No, it doesn't work that way. You guys know that. Oh, I was flying across the country and somebody was coughing and I think I caught their depression. No, it doesn't work that way. In order to there's a formula and there's a syntax for the behaviors and the thoughts that we have for the way that we operate. It's not an accident. If I want to be depressed, I just start thinking depressing thoughts. And pretty soon, those depressing thoughts are going to create depressing feelings that are going to expand into emotions, that are going to expand into behaviors. And all of a sudden, I'm running a cycle or I'm running a pattern or a chain reaction where it's all connected to each other. And that particular energy is a low vibration energy. What does it want to do? It wants to take me down. Same thing with addictions. What you get a temporary hit of pleasure and you get massive pounds of pain. Wants to take you down. All addictions eventually take people down. Why do people do it to begin with? Because it makes them feel good temporarily. And if you're not energetically aware yet, you don't understand how the frequencies work. And addiction is one of the poster boys of low vibration energy. Wants to get you in, control you, and now you got two problems. Now you've got the problem that you started drinking or doing drugs or eating or gambling for, and you've got that situation too. All right, let's move it back to health. So, you know, I always used to wonder, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but there are a lot of times when you have somebody who's a noted health authority, somebody who's really into working out or somebody who's a nutritionist, anything like that, and they die young. Well, you know, in their 40s. There was a gal named Adele Davis. She was a real pioneer in nutrition. Died young of cancer. What? Wow. But I thought you were teaching us how to have longevity by eating right. You know, there was a guy who wrote the book of running, Jim Fixx, was the foremost expert on running. Died 49 or something from running. He died from running. Crazy, huh? You have people who are you know, promoting health or promoting good eating, etc., and then they wind up getting sick from something that you would think, well, why did it happen to them? They're supposed to be the experts. Here's the secret. You guys ready for the secret? Let's see what we got here. Angel's with me on that. Good. Let me hear some more from you guys in the chat. I appreciate it. Here's the secret. The most important thing you can do for your health is to be stress-free, is to be daily in a high vibrational energy. That's the most important thing you can do for your health, because that's not the only thing, but that's the most important thing, I believe, because that the state of your energy creates the state of your health. So, you know, if you've got anxiety, worry, stress, doubt, if you're dealing with some kind of situation or upset, you know, for example, going through a breakup, you guys know what that's like. Holy smoke, I'm going to do a whole class on that coming up here. That is like your body is at war with itself. It's like you're dealing with literally an attack, which is why breakups are so tough, because they're tough on you mentally, they're tough on you emotionally, they're tough on you behaviorally, etc. And that's a definite example of a low vibration energy that wants to keep you in anxiety and stress and worrying about that stuff. Well, here's the thing. Back to the statistic of 90% of our physical ailments come from stress and worry. What I call that is low vibration energy. So, you can take all the vitamins in the world and you can work out and you can sleep right and you can do all these things. But if your body's at war with itself, or if it's going through what I call self-attack, you're going to lose the battle, because the all that other stuff works in contingent with your ability to keep your body in a high vibration energy state. So remember what I mentioned last week. Our body is either in one of two operating states, okay? OS, energy awareness, OS. What are the operating systems? The operating systems are, we're either in a place of happiness, joy, and peace. We're either radiating that all is well, everything's going to work out, things are going to be fine, or we're in a place of stress, anxiety, worry, and we have fear going through us. And that used to be me for a long time, walking around going, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, I hope things work out. Oh, if only I had more money, if only I had more love, if only I had more whatever. That's the energy. Can you feel the energy? It's like, oh, panic, worry, doubt, fear. What's going to happen next? Helplessness, powerlessness, all low vibration energy. So the one of the things that I love about this work that I do is that people come to see me with health conditions, and they come to see me asking if I can help them. And I can say, you got a health condition. I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe, treat, or diagnose. But what I can do is I can help you learn about your energy, and I can help you get your energy moving in your body. And when remember I said nothing changes until energy moves. Well, when energy moves, things change. When you move the energy, things change. When you're in a stuck situation, and it doesn't matter what it is, maybe you're unemployed, or maybe your relationship's not working out, or maybe you got this health thing that won't go away, et cetera, et cetera. Well, below all of those things that people have been trying to get the solution to is the energetic solution. And that's why when people come to me, with whatever problem that it is, that's just the surface problem, whatever it is. People come to me with fears and phobias and conditions, and guy calls me the other day and he says, hey, I want to study energy awareness training so I can get my wife back. I said, oh, okay, well, that's a good way to do that. I said, but understand something, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get your wife back. But what I will guarantee is you're going to know why she left you. You're going to be aware of that energies that created that situation. So when we're talking about health, it's just like we clean our bodies to be healthy, right? Wash and take care of our skin and our eyes and our hair, and we take care of this body meticulously. But we were never taught to take care of our energy body meticulously itself. And that's why over time you hear the word somebody's has a nervous, you ever heard that? Nervous breakdown. Oh, they had a breakdown, they had a nervous breakdown. We know what a nervous breakdown is. By the way, you ask anybody to define what's a nervous breakdown. Well, nobody can really define what a nervous breakdown is, okay? I have my way of looking at it, and I just call it being overwhelmed by low vibration energy. When you get in a situation of panic or anxiety where the thoughts are so strong that you can't leave them. You can't get away from it. It's like an octopus. It's got a hold on you, okay? That is when somebody goes into a breakdown or gets depression. It gets kind of murky how it works, but those are the terms that I use for somebody who's under a massive low vibration energy attack. And again, for those of you who are just coming on the broadcast, I want you to be aware of the term self-attack today. If you learn one thing, understand the concept of self-attack. And self-attack is allowing thoughts, feelings, and emotions inside you to pull you in a low vibration energy direction, which is usually right down, okay? And if you're not aware of that, you think, oh, it's just the way it is. Well, I'll tell you what, in a second, we're going to do 2 exercises to alert you to what's happening. Because right now, all of you listening to me, you've got energy circuits working internally. You've got thoughts that are trying to pull you in one way and another thought that's going to pull you in another way. You know, there's part of you that sees value in this and wants to learn more. There's a part of you that wants to turn the channel, right? There's so many yin and yang pulling you. Well, here's the thing. You're either in charge of your energy or your energy is in charge of you. Okay? In other words, you either identify these hidden energies, which is what we do every day in energy awareness training. You either identify these energies or you just figure, energy, schmenergy, what's the big deal, right? And then the low vibration energy says, yeah, don't worry about the energy. Let me take care of everything. Just go to bed doing what you're thinking. I'll take care of everything. And then you start to notice whether you're in alignment or not. And how's that? You're feeling good? You're not feeling good. You're feeling blessed. You're feeling good. You're feeling grateful. Just fantastic. Or you're not. And when you recognize that you have the power every day to control the energy, to clean the energy, just like you got the power every day to take a bath and take a shower. You know, you see homeless guys out in the street, they haven't taken a shower in 3 months. You know, you can kind of smell them walking down the street. Okay, doesn't have to be that way. If they want to choose that, you can choose it. It's the same thing with your energy. You choose your energies every day, either consciously or unconsciously, what you're going to be in. Because we all are dealing with energy every day when we wake up in the morning, when we go out, leave the house, when we're interacting with people, when we're doing our careers, when we're having fun. It's all energy. When you go out today and you see people walking around or riding bikes or holding hands, it's all energy. So doesn't it make sense to become energetically aware, to be able to know what the energies are out there that are affecting you and to be able to know how to do something about it, as opposed to just go, what's the use? You know, I'll just share a quick story here. I had a relative who she was my aunt, and she was a wonderful gal, and very loving and very kind. But something happened to her as she got older in life. I don't know whether it was the menopause or just aging. And she started becoming more worried about stuff. And just, you know, I talked to her and she worried. I go, hi, Annie, how you doing? She goes, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. I said, what are you worried about? Why not just enjoy the barbecue here? I know, but I like this. And I watched her as a boy. I watched her just kind of constrict. And as she got older, her health started going out and her nerves started going out. And eventually, my uncle had to put her in a assisted living care place, and the watching that slow, I don't know what I want to call it, a slow process of disintegration. Wow, really alerted me, and that's one of the things I think that had me start energy awareness training. Because left to your own devices, if you don't recognize that all these thoughts that are self-attack thoughts aren't your thoughts, you're going to think that they're your thoughts. And that's why so many kids have self-esteem problems. I was one of them. You know, kids make fun of you, or your parents say, you're not that talented, or I don't think you have any. You know, my father said, I don't know about your music skills, man. He said, he goes, maybe, you might have a little music skill. My father was a piano player, still is. And, but he used to say, I don't know if you got it or not. I don't know. And as a little kid, I was going, oh, maybe I'm not musical. Well, maybe I can't, I can't function as a musician. I can't sing. Maybe I can't play. And I thought that for a lot of years until I went, wait a minute. And I use what I'm teaching you guys today. Whose thoughts are those? Those aren't my thoughts. That's my father's perspective looking at me through his eyes, because he was shy and he never played, for people or performed or put it out there. So he was putting his perception of reality on me. And I said, thanks, Pop, but no thanks. I'm going to create my own identity. I'm going to create my own, the way I want to be, which is what I was doing until I bumped up against the cement wall of low vibration energy. And this is the key factor, because willpower won't do it. Willpower, if you could be slim, rich, successful through willpower, wouldn't you have already done it? You got willpower. Why haven't you done it? Here comes the attack box. I don't know. I should have. Maybe I could. Maybe I should. Like this. Okay. Well, now you're becoming energetically educated, and you recognize that a lot of stuff that's happened to you, even though you're responsible for it, it's not your fault. Okay. When I was growing up and dealing with my anxiety and my stress, and sometimes, in high school and in junior high, I was afraid to talk to girls, or at least the pretty ones that I wanted, right? The ones that I wanted to date and go out with. I feel anxiety and stress. Now, that anxiety and stress is completely unnecessary. In fact, emotional and energetic suffering is unnecessary. And that's one of the most important missions of this work, is to eliminate and give the tools to eliminate emotional and energetic suffering. So anybody who's got any kind of emotional suffering, you don't need it. It's not necessary. There are tools that you can use to eliminate that. And I'm going to show you some of them today. So the power is in your hands. It's just that no one told us. No one told me. If I had known growing up what I know now and what I'm teaching, I could have saved myself at least 10 years of suffering, 10 years of negativity, 10 years of school of hard knocks. Now, maybe it was just as well I went through that, because if I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't have developed energy awareness training. So everything happens for a reason. But I think as we're constantly striving to make the planet a better place, to make the world a better place, to make our environment a better place, it starts with you and me feeling good every day. Because when we're feeling good and when we're on top of our energy, then we can create more high vibration energy for other people. We can create more kindness, more service, more blessings for other people. The world is a better place when you're in high vibrational energy. The world is not a better place when someone's in low vibration energy, because what are they putting out? Negativity, hostility, anger, stress, worry, doubt, fear. When I used to go see my aunt, I say, "How you doing, Auntie?" And she go, yeah. That didn't make me feel good. I said, "Oh, have you been, Auntie?" I'm like, get me out of here, right? Here I am trying to give some love to my aunt as a little kid, and she's like, whoa, like that. That didn't make the world a better place. Didn't make her life a better. So this is the energetic revolution that we're in. We're taking back our energy, just like we took back the country from the British during the Revolutionary War. We're taking back our energy from the low vibration energy forces that would try to do us in. And again, the high vibration energy is complete power over the low vibration energy. So when you're in high vibration energy, you're solid, you're in your power, you're in alignment. And that's why the low vibration energy wants to get you out of that, wants to give you chaos, wants to create dissension or chaos or procrastination or confusion, so it can take you out of this bliss state. Well, we're not going to let it. Okay. Any questions on or anything that wants to mention? Hey, Johnny G. Gus, good to see you. Olga, hi, honey. Jonas, glad to have you here. Rebecca, glad to have you guys here. Okay, so here's the secret, and remember this: it's not just a thought. I can do the lecture here and give the class, but nothing changes until energy moves. So that's why, when people think, oh, just change your thinking. Okay, that's a start, but just changing the thinking isn't enough. You have to change the energy, because the energies are what's driving the thoughts. The energies are what's driving the emotions. And ultimately, the energy is what's driving behavior. So when you're feeling good, you're thinking good, your emotions are clear, and your behavior, is high vibration energy. Hopefully love and blessings and good things. In the low vibration energy factor, when we're closed down, when we're stuck, when the energy is blocked, we move into a dark place. We move into what we call a self-attack place, and where internally you're not happy. It's like a civil war going on inside you. That energy can be neutralized immediately if you know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, then you got to live with it. And ultimately, that's where people go sideways when they get into, 40s, and even below that, sometimes people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. They call it middle age, midlife crisis. What's a midlife crisis? When the thoughts inside your head are banging at you saying, you're this age and you should be here and you should be doing this by now. I've got a guy, one of my students, 29 years old. And he is just, Glenn, I think my life has passed me by. I thought by the time I was 29, I'd be a millionaire and I'd have a family. I don't have any of those things. And what energy is that? Class, it's low vibration energy. What's low vibration energy going to bring us more of? Low vibration energy. So that energy is on a spiral. That's a downward spiral that's taking place, and that if that direction isn't stopped, it's going to go down, possibly all the way. Now remember, I've told you that we're dealing with energy in every encounter. We're dealing with every situation: relationships, health, money, success, career, recreation. It's all an energetic exchange. So we want to be able to control that energy and keep it in high vibrational energy. And these are the energetic tools I'm teaching you, and then I teach an energy awareness training. So try to give you a little bit of a piece every week here. Now remember, self-attack, again, I'm coming back to that. Watch your thoughts and feelings and emotions whenever you start to feel, oh, you're no good. Oh, it's never going to work out. Oh, look at you. Look how old you're getting. Oh my gosh. Look at the neighbors across the street. All of that judgment, criticism, low vibration energy talk is an attack. It's not you. So don't let it. It's like if somebody walked up to you in the street and says, hey, I don't think you're worthy. Hey, I don't think you're good enough. Hey, you're never going to succeed. Would you sit there and take it? Would you just sit there and let this guy just, put you down over and over again? No. You go, whoa, bye-bye. I'm not going to put up with that. I'm not going to let somebody attack me. Well, the biggest attacker is in your head. And that's where energy awareness training comes in. You're aware of what that energy is, where it's coming from, and what the purpose is. Remember I said energy has a power, it has a purpose, it has a frequency, it has a direction, and it gives off information. So there's so much information, if you're energetically aware, that you can take in and know things that most people don't know, because you can read hidden energies, okay? And I wish I could teach you how to do it in one fell swoop, but like anything, like any skill, it takes focus, commitment, persistence over time. And this is what we teach in energy awareness training, to be able to be energetically perceptive over time. But I'll tell you this, it's the best thing you can learn. I think it's the number one thing that you can learn in this life, to be energetically aware, because it affects everything. It affects everything that you're doing, no matter what. And if you're and you want to be successful in everything you have, don't you? Of course you do. You want to be successful in all areas, and whatever area you want to be successful at, you're dealing with energy. You can't get away from it, no matter what you're doing. Even the guys on Wall Street, they're dealing with energy. The people playing baseball and football, they're dealing with energy, right? Us trying to stay healthy and fit, we're dealing with energy. those of us trying to have a great relationship, you're dealing with energy. So doesn't it make sense to be energetically aware? You better believe it. Okay, here we go. Let me just give you an example of how you can be aware of what's going on when I'm talking about. So let me give you an experience of this. Okay, so go ahead and let's do an exercise here. Everybody go ahead and sit up. Close your eyes. And just go inside yourself. Just go inside yourself in your inner space. And just observe. Be the observer. Watch what's going on there. There's a difference between being in it and being the observer. It's like if I'm in a river shooting the rapids, I'm in the river and I'm dealing with whatever's happened in the river at the moment. But if I'm on the bank, I'm not in the river. I can see where the river has come from, where it's going, and what the conditions are. So I want you to see that in yourself. So just take a minute. We'll give you half a minute to just observe inside the thoughts, the feelings, any emotions. Is there any stress going on in there? Is there any pain going on in there? Any discomfort? This is your operating system right here and right now. So let's just take a look at it and see how it feels. Okay, here we go. Being aware of your body, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of any sensations. That's right. Now, for some of you, it's not too comfortable being in there. Go ahead and open your eyes. For some of you, it's not too comfortable. There's a lot of screaming in there. There's a lot of talking. Maybe you've got some dominant thought in there of something maybe about work tomorrow, or you're going through something, etc. And if you notice, there's a lot going on internally inside you. You know, of course, your organs are doing their things, but I'm talking energetically, the way you feel. How do you feel about your life right now? Now, feeling, not intellectually. People can say, oh, I feel great. Oh, I feel great. I feel great. Okay. I know mentally you want to feel great, but what's the real truth inside your body? You know, do you notice any tightness in the shoulders maybe? Maybe you've got some pain or something in your back. Or maybe you're just happy. Maybe you're just, and that's what happens when your energy is clear. When you do that exercise, you feel fantastic because everything is moving. But if they're stuck, it's not moving. Okay, great. Now, I want to give you an exercise, a gift actually, that would strengthen your immune system dramatically. Would anybody be interested? Let me just ask you, in learning a technique and a method that could instantly strengthen your immune system and put you into high vibrational energy. Anybody who's interested in that, please put that on the chat while I take a water break. Okay. Yeah. All right, so here it is. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the technique, the secret that will help you dramatically. Now, do you ever notice you say to yourself, you make a mistake and you go, you stupid idiot. How could you do that? How could you see that? What's wrong with you? So in other words, you're talking to yourself and one part of you is calling the other part of you stupid or an idiot or something not so nice. We all do that. Oh, how could I have done that? What's wrong with me? Well, okay, so that's a reaction to something that's going on. Okay, it's normal. We've all done it. But here's what you're not aware of. There's a part of you, one part of you, that's attacking another part of you. So how does that work? One part of me is saying, "Oh, you're stupid. You blew it. You made a mistake. You're whatever the name is." Well, what part is calling the other part stupid? Or what part is calling the other part not good enough or not worthy? You ever thought about that? With the people who consider suicide, then there's a voice that says, life's not worth living. Oh, let's just end it. Let's just jump. Well, what part of you is trying to convince the other part of you to do that? You ever notice that? That's important, because that's how you're getting played by these thoughts. The thoughts are playing you, and they're trying to influencing you. That's why I'm saying you can't believe everything that you think, because there are foreign entities or foreign intelligences that want to plant thoughts that aren't good for you. Whoa. Why didn't anybody ever tell us that? That you can't believe everything you think. The world would be a lot better place if this information gets out, and it will. So you already know how to do that. And every time that you allow that to take place, judging yourself, criticizing yourself, putting yourself down, listening to thoughts that want to take you down, that's all connecting to low vibration energy. And what do we know about low vibration energy? It creates more low vibration energy, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you close your eyes, and we're going to take a couple of energetic breaths. Remember, inhaling through the nose for the count of 6, holding for the count of 3, and then exhaling for the count of 6. Okay? We'll take 3 of those breaths just to keep the energy moving. And then I want you to purposely, since you already know how to talk to yourself and you already know how to be in dialogue, I'm going to have you take a minute or two, and I'm going to have you communicate to yourself feelings and energies of love, of acceptance, of peace. Doing that greatly strengthens the immune system. And it's something that I do every day, because if I'm going to talk to myself, I'm going to make sure that I'm communicating high vibrational energy. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's close your eyes. Now, you may get thoughts that go on, what's this? This is silly. I don't need to do this. Come on, you might get judgment and criticism. Okay, just let it go. Just let it go for now, and just follow the exercise. And if you can be with me for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, I want you to call yourself by name and say, I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. So for example, I say, Glenn, I accept you. I love you. I'm sending you peace. I accept you. I love you. I send you peace. Now I'm directing energy. I'm connecting to a high vibration energy frequency, because acceptance is high vibrational energy. Love, high vibration energy. Peace, high vibrational energy. And the more I dwell on that, the more I create that internally, the better I'm going to feel. Okay, so let's do that right now. So we get ready to wrap up this broadcast here. This is the last exercise. This is the exercise. You do it every day. Will strengthen your immune system. Will make you happy. Will send good energy to you. Let go of the criticism. Let go of the yeah buts. Glenn, I accept you. I love you. I send you peace. Yeah, but what about this? Yeah, but what about that? Yeah, but you haven't done this yet. Yeah, but you're still going to this. No, all that chatter, just let it go. For now, just sending the energies. Your first name, I accept you. I love you. I send you peace. Take a breath. Exhale. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. That's right. Notice if there are any thoughts that are trying to take you out of this exercise, to put it down, or to say, oh, it doesn't work, or whatever. That's the low vibration energy trying to keep you from going into high vibration energy. Right now, call yourself by name. Say, I love you. I accept you. I wish you peace. Take a breath. Exhale. I love you. I accept you. I wish you peace. Take a breath. Exhale. Let's do 3 more of these. Call yourself by name. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. Breathe it in. Exhale. Again, call yourself by name. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. That's right. Good. Last one. Here we go. Call yourself by name. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. Excellent. Now just take a moment and just be in silence. And just let yourself be. Be what? Just be. Be there. Be one with that feeling of love, of acceptance, of peace that you're directing towards yourself. Okay, you already know how to attack yourself. You don't need that. What you're learning today is you're learning how to empower yourself, how to love yourself, how to send yourself blessings. Okay, so let's just take a moment in silence and slowly, silently, just keep saying, call yourself by name. I love you. I accept you. I send you peace. And we'll do that for 1 minute. Stay at it. 30 more seconds. I love you. I accept you. I wish you peace. That's right. I love you. I accept you. I wish you peace. Nice, huh? Let's take a big breath. Everybody inhale for the count of 6 through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. One more breath. And just breathe in all that happiness, love, acceptance, and peace. Breathe it in. Here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Or for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the nose loudly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Just be aware of your lower body. Feel your butt sitting on the chair here. Feel your legs, feel your hands on your legs, feel your feet on the floor. And just make a decision today. Take back your energy. And if you're going to communicate to yourself, then communicate love, communicate acceptance, communicate peace. That'll put you in a high vibrational energy that will create more happiness, joy, and peace for you and all the people around you. And ultimately, the world is a better place when you're in high vibrational energy. Cool. All right. Let's see, answer a few questions here, and then we'll move on. Let's see. Simplicity is the answer. Yes. Angel, you're a health freak. Great. Beautiful. Ivor, under the weather. Okay, Ivor, if you're under the weather, okay, then be aware that that's the energy currently taking place now. Doing the exercise that I just gave you will strengthen your immune system. And if I were you, I'd do that for about a half an hour to an hour. The more you do this, the better you feel. Okay? Hope that, so keep doing this, Ivor. Good job on that. All right. See if we got any more questions or feedback here. Cool. All right. So if you enjoyed today, please write it down on the chat, what you enjoyed, what you got out of this today. Remember, this is all about eliminating self-attack. It's about self-communication. That's what really it's about today. You're communicating yourself every day. You're going to either convey low vibration energy or high vibration energy. One's going to lift you up. The high vibration energy is going to lift you up, make you feel good. The low vibration energy is going to want to bring you down. You are in control. So before, whenever you were feeling out of sorts or out of whack or depressed or kind of feeling down, you just had to deal with it, right? You just had to white knuckle it. Now I'm giving you skills where you actually can do something about it. You are no longer helpless. You're no longer an emotional or an energetic victim. You are learning skills and tools to be able to deal with this. Okay? If this has rung your bell, if this has said, wow, I want to learn this. Oh. If it's rung your bell and you want to learn more about energy awareness training and the stuff that I do, you can go to energyawareness-secrets.com. energyawareness-secrets.com. And I have some basic material there that you can look at. I've got some introductory courses that are very inexpensive that you can check out. You can go to my YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm available. If you have any questions or want to know more about the work, please Facebook Messenger me or Instagram me, and either myself or my assistant Dante will be happy to get back to you and fill you in more on this. Okay? So remember, nothing changes until energy moves. You got the power. So we eliminate the self-attack today, and we just want to keep sending ourselves the energies of acceptance, love, and peace. And when you do that, you're going to have a great day. So thanks for being with me, you guys, this morning. I really appreciate it. We'll have those of you who came on late, we're going to be posting this here later in the day so you can catch the first part of the broadcast. And with that, I love you all. Well, we're probably going to do another broadcast later tonight, so we'll keep informed on that on another topic. But we like to give good content here on the weekends. So appreciate your feedback and any messages you have for me on the chat. God bless you, and I'll see you probably tonight later on around 7 o'clock. Okay? All right. Take care, everyone. Love you. Bye for now.